Hey guys, it's Coach Shawnee. I'm coming to do a motivational video for you guys. Okay, so today I was doing my devotion this morning and I had to come on here and share this with you guys. So it is Matthew 8 and I was trying to see if I can cut down on the reading, but I just have to read the whole thing. So it's Matthew 8 verses 5 through 13. And of course, I am reading the New Living Translation. Yes. Okay, so the title of this section is The Faith of a Roman Officer. And I'll explain the irony in that title after I read it. Okay, so starting from verse 5, it says, "When Jesus returned to Capernaum, a Roman officer came and pleaded with him, 'Lord, my young servant lies in bed, paralyzed and in terrible pain.'" Verse 7, Jesus said, "I will come and heal him." But the officer said, "Lord, I am not worthy to have you come into my home. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed. I know this because I am under the authority of my superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only need to say, 'Go,' and they go. 'Come,' and they come. And if I say to my slaves, 'Do this,' they do it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed. Turning to those who were following him, he said, "I tell you the truth. I haven't seen faith like this in all Israel." Ouch. Verse 11. "And I tell you this, that many Gentiles will come from all over the world, from east and west, and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at the feast in the kingdom of heaven. But many Israelites, those for whom the kingdom was prepared, will be thrown into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." The last verse. "Then Jesus said to the Roman officer, 'Go back home, because you believed, it has happened.' And the young servant was healed that same hour." Okay, I love that section in the Bible. Okay, so the irony of the title, The Faith of the Roman Officer. So I'm gonna read a little bit about the Roman officer from my study Bible. Okay, so regarding verses 8 through 12, it says, Roman soldiers of all people were hated by the Jews for their oppression, control, and ridicule. Yet this man's genuine faith amazed Jesus. This hated Gentiles' faith put to shame the stagnant piety of many of the Jewish religious leaders. Now, heavy stuff. So, isn't it funny how the one person who Jesus is amazed by is not Jewish. He's not religious. He's not caught up in all these religious laws. He simply believed, and that's what Jesus tells us to do. He didn't call us to be religious. He didn't call us to be caught up in all these man-made laws and restrictions. He said to believe in him. It says in verse 13, "Because you believed, it has happened." So if we simply believe in what we ask the Lord, and we ask in genuine faith, and our motives are correct, of course, then of course with everything lined up with the will of God as well, Jesus is saying that it will happen. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it may sound. If you simply believe, it can happen. So I just thought it was so funny that this would be titled "The Faith of a Roman Officer," because this was all about the Jewish people and the Jewish leaders following Jesus. And it's like this, how can I put it, like an outsider. Say you have your church, you go to your church, you go to a big church or whatever, and there may be someone who comes in and they don't necessarily do things the way that you do. They don't think the way that you do. They don't really follow your traditions. And because of that, people in your church may look down on him, or they don't really want him involved. They don't want him to even come in the building. And this is just hypothetical, of course, but let's just say like Jesus comes in your church and he goes to the platform and he makes the announcement that to everyone in your church, none of your faith compares to the man that you're trying to keep out, your enemy, or however you may see him. Jesus said that he's amazed by this man's faith. He simply believes that you don't have to go in the same room as this person to heal them. Just say the word and it will happen. The Roman officer believed that there was power in Jesus' words, just his words. He didn't have to touch the man to heal him. Just say the word and it happened. You know, like that's crazy. And then Jesus turns around to his followers and say like, yo, this is true faith. What you have, but this is true faith that this man has. He doesn't follow your laws. He may not fall under your umbrella, but this is what I'm telling you that you should have. This is what faith looks like. So I wanted to leave you guys with this question. Is Jesus amazed by your faith? Or is he trying to get you to pay attention to someone who you may see as an enemy? Is he trying to get you to pay attention to their faith, to show you that that's what real faith looks like, but you're just caught up in your feelings? Or you just don't understand them. You don't understand their ways. What does Jesus say about your faith?